And desert support is going to require desert equipment, so we're going to start producing some desert equipment. Because I'm probably going to put aside some special desert forces to deal with the desert front. So let's put 2 factories on this, and we'll take 2 of them off of the dive bombers for now. Because you're still gaining your efficiency anyway. How are the ships doing? Solvacht is actually well on the way to gaining Ironsides. 36%, which is pretty good. Heydrich has been assassinated. Horrible news! Reinhard Heydrich has just been assassinated by unknown assailants. This is a major blow to our efforts. Someone must pay! We're getting a bunch of political power from that. So we need a new political advisor. Consumer goods factory reduction. Oh, we can't afford it right now. Let's do another unite people under the government. Naval bases in France. By building these bases, we might get the advantage over our enemy England in the war on the sea. That's naval bases. That is not, however, shipyards, which is what I was really after. Fine. Expand the Reichsarbeitsdienst. We could try to get some of the bonuses, for example, for the fighters. Get ahead of time on them. Or we just get some of the doctrine upgrades. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. Oh, we could actually... Yeah. We want to build up the Norwegian air bases, actually. That would be a good one for us to have. Right, where are my troops? Let's see yet. Oh, yes, you are. Reinforcements are arriving rapidly. Panzer 2F, Defense Works 3. So, just as we're starting to phase out the Panzer 2s, we just got a new one. That's okay. We'll upgrade to the new variant. And we also got another industrial upgrade, which was here. So we're going to go road network, so we can get the Orglos movement reduction, and then... better cars. Oh yeah, we definitely need these. The Kubelwagen. In fact, there are a lot of upgrades in here that I just don't have. The defense one might be kind of important. And the gun stabilizers. In fact, the gun stabilizers is such a massive upgrade. We're going to grab that. fact, you guys are so low on organisation right now, you may as well take the train to get to your positions more quickly. Oh, Yugoslavia's gone. There we go. And now supply here is a big freaking problem. I brought in way too many troops. Let's bring back the guys who have experience already. Sweden trade influence is gone. We'll have to fix that in a minute. Okay, so we have a lot of troops in this army who can now go and help against the Greeks. Although the Mountaineers are still doing some absolutely brilliant work pushing the Greeks back. Like, there's nothing the Greeks can really do about it. Oh, there's 200 planes that haven't moved in. Well, that's not very good. Supply is still really sodding bad. Is that because we've taken damage here or something? Marginal, if that. Let's see if we can just take more of this land, and then hopefully that becomes less of a problem. Because we do have supply grace, we have inbuilt. And if we can take, for example, Cairo. Cairo is a supply producer. We're just encountering what happens in real life. What technology next? Am I protecting the Mediterranean Rift trade routes? No, Italy's actually doing a pretty good job of that. Because remember, I've completely hamstrung Britain. Because Britain's not getting their oil, I'm fairly sure of that. They still have a lot. But they're down to just 700 convoys. They had like 3,000 when we started. The battle for the Atlantic is going incredibly well. Incredibly well. Check the front lines in Egypt. You have them mixed up for the infantry and the tanks. No, I don't. Tanks are over here. Although, yeah, the infantry should probably help the tanks make those river crossings. But then again, the tanks do have the combat engineers, so they should be okay at it. Luftwaffe Doctrine. It is still 41, so we can't do anything there. We could try to go ahead of time to get the next fighter tech. We can start getting like the multi-roll. Let's do that. Oh, yes, you're right. I see now what you're saying. We are suffering in the air. I think I'm going to press this button to bring in some air support. Supply shortages here are getting pretty critical. I need to get rid of more of these guys. Because part of the problem with the supply here is it's also my air power is using supply. So like everything is using supply, which is why we're just so bad on that right now. Despite this actually being a pretty well supplied area. We have got another thing here, which I think I'm going to go with the doctrines because I feel like I'm a little bit behind on them. Operational support. Organization loss, supply division recovery, fuel capacity, licenses, division speed. Ooh, strat redeployment sounds rather nice. I'll buy it. And we have something obsolete. Oh, my recons. Sweet. Definitely get that upgrade. And we're going to need to buy in some chromium. I think that would be an Italy thing. And some tungsten. Should be a Portugal thing. Still way too much.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören.
Okay, now it's a little bit better. Hold on. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Ausrücken. Achtung.
There we go. Send in the infantry first so they can get the river crossings, then send in the tanks so that they can get the support. Because only the units actually in the battle that take the river crossing penalty. I would definitely like to upgrade my medical ability even further so I can keep the huge amounts of experience that we're generating at the moment. Do I have any more troops to deploy? No, they're going to be a ways out. And how am I doing with tanks? We're kind of short on the Panzer IVs, and look how many Czech tanks we have. Jeez.
Achtung.
I thought these Leichter divisions were using Czech tanks. Apparently not. I haven't altered them. That should all be just standard. And we should also check the revolt risk. France is doing okay under a military governor. Lithuania is being problematic. Yugoslavia is fine. Probably go with a military governor. Lithuania is fine. Norway is actually one of the biggest problems. Poland, borderline. One of my agents has been killed. That is unfortunate. Speaking of which, I should take a look at what you are all doing. So we're now 20% fascist in the Netherlands. The attacks in Greece are going very well. If we can capture these air bases, that would make my life so much easier here. Also, we do have some static AA, which is helping us. It does look like Cairo is going to fall. Absolutely a horrible battle to be fighting with so many rivers in the way. There it is. Jubilant Italian soldiers entered Cairo today, moments after the last British units retreated from the city. A victory parade was immediately organised, and German soldiers flocked to the Great Pyramids of Giza to have their pictures taken in front of the famous landmarks. With Cairo under his control, Benito Mussolini is now one step closer towards linking Italian East Africa with Italian Libya and forming a continuous colony in Africa. Oh, is Black Ice mod the one that adds the SS and events for them with content from Hearts of Iron 3 and 2? Yes! Yes, it is. Do we have another linguist? Yes. Right, what do I want you doing? Honestly, I want you doing revolt risk reduction in Norway. Because the Norwegians are being very naughty. And we should have gotten the new person, so let's go ahead and get anti-partisan. And we have a new national focus. What do we want this to be? I'd be a bit worried there. Things locked up for a second. Reintegrate Luxembourg and Alsace. Oh, research speed. I mean, that sounds rather good, so let's do that. With so much of Europe under the control of the Reich, we have a vast repository of knowledge to draw upon, both via scientific institutions and captured weapons and blueprints. Meanwhile, the war in the Atlantic rages on. How is Britain doing? They have about 600 convoys left. Oof, that was a bit of a hefty hit. Ah, and we now have enough points to create that new submarine. So the current submarine is this one, and it has a rather light torpedo attack armament. That's something I can definitely improve upon. 17.5 visibility, 3,500 range, 18 speed. So I think we probably want to go for this one. Advanced subdivision, advanced damage control. I don't think I really care about... Oh, hydrophone actually reduces our visibility. Oh! Then yes, definitely. Range? I think we're going to go medium. No, we're going to go medium short. It keeps us fast. We're definitely going to go with improved submarine stealth because it hugely decreases our visibility. And then we're going to go with the light torpedoes because we're mostly just convoy raiding here. But we can go for a pretty big complement. We could go with some like regular heavies, but mostly lights. Let's go with 2 heavies. Those are the wrong type. Those were early. 2. 2 improved. Yeah, that significantly increases our attack ability. Does black ice alter any of the focus trees? Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay, I like this submarine. This is a good sub. Way better than my previous design. It's not quite as fast, but 19 knots is still faster than my current. Slightly shorter range, but range, now that we have France, isn't a problem. Doubles the torpedo attack and reduces our visibility by 4. So we're going to lose a lot less of them. And the cost is still only 550. It's really cheap. So we're going to call this the Kaiser class. And we're going to start building those in earnest. I think I'm going to put 3 sets of factories on the Kaiser class. I think I do prefer this way of doing shipyards where it only takes 3 per production instead of more. In fact, both of these are all like brand new, so let's just go ahead and remove you. And we're going to say 1 more of each of those escorts, and then we're dropping the number of escorts we're making in order to get more subs going. Okay. I can modify the government. Yes, I can. Manpower. Fine. We can get our political advisor, which I'm thinking should be Friesler. Sympathetic judge reduces our consumer goods by a lot. Oh, but it increases opposition party support. But then again, we are so fascist, I don't think that's really going to matter. And I don't think we necessarily need the theorists, because I haven't really had a problem with getting doctrines done in time. Oh, Deutsche Werk makes the cruisers better. Shoot, we should have had Germania Werft. Yeah, we should definitely try and get Germania Werft for the next U-boat. And Deschemark for the next destroyer. That's something we need to try to remember to do. Mauser for the guns, I think that's fine. It makes the guns cheaper, which is, yeah, good. Ah, this does make synthetic refineries faster to build. And we are building a lot, so let's go with IG Farben. And yes, we do also need to improve relations with the Swedes so we can continue buying stuff from them. Because they're being a bit uppity about the whole conquering the world thing. No, I can't. Oh, because I just spent the political power. Duh. There's no hands there. We have air superiority. Did we just take the airbase? We did! Excellent! We actually have two of them now. So let's put the close air support in this one. And let's put two of you in there. And supply? Supply should now be... yeah, perfect. We are all good. So it's now just the desert penalties that we're suffering, and Suez is about to fall. We're crossing now. And I have a port down here, which means that I can actually trade through Suez instead of going across the Atlantic. And there it is. Suez is ours. Can I pop at Yugoslavia? No, because we don't own it all. I can create Croatia, that's the only thing. But having that port down here is actually going to be really important for us, potentially. So I think I'd rather just keep it for now. How are we doing with the fascism in the Netherlands? 21%, it's not really rising. Getting 0.8 a day is actually pretty darn good. And Britain's navy has been infiltrated. Good. Another aircraft. Go for the heavy fighter. George Lindemann has fallen ill. That is unfortunate. He'll be out for 30 days, but there's no huge amounts of fighting going on right now. So, I'm going to say it's probably alright.
Befehle!
That's British, that's British, that's French, that's French. So we are going to need to conquer this. And there might well be more troops in Israel. I'm not sure.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
And the Greece campaign seems to be going pretty well. Oh, yeah, especially because your line is currently screwed up. Hold on.
Zuhören!
Oh! It's because that's a pocket.
Bereit! Bereit! Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken! Achtung!
We are taking supply issues there, so you know what? I'm going to pull one of these armies back to Switzerland. Run some training exercises against the Swiss. So I'm not screwing up all of the supply issues there. Okay, so what else do I need to do? This is a huge war support boost, but only when I'm at war with the Soviets. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, though, in preparation for it. Because I think once... I mean, I was going to say once Egypt has fallen, we can go for the Soviets, but Egypt has basically already fallen. I'll just need to assign some dedicated desert infantry units. Speaking of which, do we have any? I'm going to start deleting some of these templates which are old and which we don't use.